So if you want to make cold brew, think in advance. So you're not going to have it today. You're most likely going to have it tomorrow. Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a while. I wanted to show you guys how to make cold brew at home. As you guys know, I used to work for Starbucks really long time ago. I think the last time I worked for Starbucks was back in 2018, so it's been a really long time. I don't remember exactly how they do it since it's been a while, but I've done cold brew at home before. I've also bought in Starbucks like at home cold brew, but if you don't want to buy that, you don't have to do that. If you want to make cold brew, let me tell you, it takes 20 minutes for it to be, no, not 20 minutes, sorry, it takes 20 hours for it to be made. So if you want to make cold brew, think in advance. So you're not going to have it today. You're most likely going to have it tomorrow. What you're going to need is some coffee. I use this coffee from Costco. It is the company that makes Starbucks coffee. And what you want to do is you want to grind it to a very coarse grind. You want your ratio to be 1:4. So if you use 1 cup of coffee grounds, you want to use 4 cups of water. So depending on how much you want to make, kind of base that off of that. For the one that I made, I believe I used 1.5 cups. I measured out how much water fit in here, and then I kind of just like did the math of like how much water I needed. So this is my coffee. It's been pretty much brewing overnight. It does have less of an acidic taste. I feel like it's not as strong flavor-wise as hot coffee, but it is a lot more caffeinated. We're gonna get into the process of pretty much taking these grinds out, so let's do that. So this is my cold brew. I've been pretty much letting it brew for the last 20 hours. You do want it to brew at least 20 hours. So that's what it looks like inside. It does smell a lot like coffee, but what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna strain all of the grinds out of this big strainer right here. So that's the first step. After you strained your cold brew, you can technically leave it like that if you want. Personally, I like to strain it one more time, but I like to use coffee filters, and that's just gonna help catch all the little tiny little grounds in there. And if I show you guys, you can see that there's still some left in there. I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but there's some in there. So I'm gonna grab one of these coffee filters, and I'm just gonna pretty much stick it in here and just hold it with my hands. It shouldn't really take that long. It's a lot better if you do have some help, but that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. You can even use a rubber band to help you. So I ended up using this reusable coffee filter that we have, as well as the disposable ones, just so I can go by faster since it is taking a while. But I did go through 2 of the coffee filters so far. This was the first one and this was the second one. You can see all the very fine coffee grounds in there. What I do like to do, because sometimes I feel like it starts to slow down, I like to grab it and just kind of like squeeze it gently. Obviously wash your hands, but yeah, I just like to gently squeeze it. To see how it like slows down, I think it's because it has a bunch of very fine coffee grounds. But I like just to squeeze out the last of it. Obviously, if you're gonna be serving this to other people, maybe don't do that. I just do this because I'm literally the only one that drinks it. All the coffee grounds that are still in there. So you will definitely taste it if you don't filter it. Look at all that coffee grounds in there. Once this is done, we'll start making our coffee. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a salted caramel cold brew. Okay, so what you want to start off with is, it's honestly, you want some sort of like liquid syrup. I have this vanilla bean one, and that's the one that we're gonna be using. I just like the taste of vanilla because it's easier to like mix with other flavors. You know, it's very basic. That's pretty much why I'm using it. You can definitely use caramel syrup, like again, whatever flavor you want to make it. And then also, again, based on how much sugar you prefer, you can kind of just eyeball that. If you buy the one that comes with a pump, you can probably do maybe 3 pumps of vanilla or whatever syrup. Me, I want to say that's about maybe a tablespoon, maybe half. It might be a tablespoon. The reason you want to use liquid syrup, it's a lot easier to mix with cold drinks. Okay, now for the cold brew, I kind of just want maybe half. I'm just going to pour that in there. And then you can always water it down if you like. If you like it just how it is, then leave it just like that. Now we're going to add some ice. And since it's not Starbucks, you can definitely use a light ice or a lot of ice. So I'm just going to leave it like that, and I'm going to show you guys how I make the cold foam. So I've tried making it with whole milk, doesn't work. I've tried it with almond milk, doesn't work. I've tried it with all types of milks, and this is well, I haven't tried it with whipping cream, obviously, like heavy whipping cream. Pretty sure it will work with that one, but that's not the same consistency. It's a little bit thicker. But you want to use 2% milk. I feel like that's the only one that actually gets it to foam. You would think that like whole milk will work, but it doesn't. I'm pretty sure there's some like science to why it's 2%, but about 1/4 cup, maybe a little bit more. And since we wanted to make it salted, I'm gonna just use some Himalayan salt. You don't want to use too much. It is gonna be really salty if you use a lot. So just a little bit. One time I did overdo it with the salt. I mean, it was still good, but maybe too much. And then you want to use, what is this? Foamer? And then you want to use one of these. This is what's gonna help you foam it up. I forgot what it was called. A frother. You want to use a frother. Okay, yeah, so then you just want to pour in your cup of foam as much as you want. And that's pretty much it, you guys. That's how you make a salted caramel foam. What is it called? I forgot what it's called. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drizzle some caramel syrup. Not my favorite syrup. I do not necessarily recommend this syrup. I don't even think it's actual caramel, but this is the one that I have. Now I'm just gonna go in and drizzle that. And that is pretty much how you make cold brew and how you make a salted caramel cold brew. It's really not that hard. Maybe it seems hard because, I don't know. But it's really not that hard. You can definitely make it. You do need to get a couple of things here and there. Yeah, that's a pretty easy way on how to make cold brew. If you guys have any suggestions of what you guys want me to make, go ahead and leave them down in the comments below. Other than that, I'll definitely catch you guys on the next one. Bye.